That's right, Chris. I've had the pleasure of covering the Iowa wrestling team here over break. And while some of you may have been taking some well-deserved R&R over winter break, the Hawkeye wrestling team kept busy.
And they stayed fairly successful, keeping their undefeated dual record intact.
Let's get started this morning by taking a look at some of their highlights.
The Hawks traveled to Northwestern in late December for the Ken Craft Midlands Championships, where they crowned 5 champions, and 149-pounder Brandon Sorensen won his 3rd Midlands Championship.
I think it was good. You know, I had some good things. I kind of, opened the gap for one of the opponents that I had a little earlier this year, and but there's also a couple where I thought I could do better, and I could widen that margin. So, good. Did some good things. Got some things to work on.
Iowa scored 156.5 points, which was more than enough to bring home the team title. That next week, freshman phenom Spencer Lee pulled his red shirt and was put into the lineup at 125 pounds.
I mean, this seemed like the best time. I mean, we don't want to wait. I mean, there's no point in waiting. You might as well go out there and get some matches in. Wrestle the Hawkeye singlet.
Lee wrestled his first match as a Hawk in Carver Hawkeye Arena against Michigan State on January 5th, pinning his opponent in 46 seconds. Speaking of Carver, the arena played host to one of the biggest rivalries in college wrestling and did not disappoint. Over 13,000 fans filled Carver when the Hawks hosted the number 3 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. Brandon Sorensen with another huge win, earning a technical fall for the Hawks, who walked out with an upset victory by a score of 20-12.
We pointed to this. We had success. We won some tough matches. There were some good things that happened there. We got to get ready to go to Columbus on a week from today. And, you don't congratulate yourself many times in January. Maybe this is one time where you take a little bit of a breath because we did point to this duel.
The Hawks will travel to Columbus this weekend to take on the top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes.
So, Bo, it looks like it was a pretty successful winter break for the Hawks, but they've got a tough schedule coming up.
That's right. Ohio State this weekend, Michigan after that at home, and they're strong this year, and of course the perennial powerhouse Penn State coming up in February.
It's going to be a tough stretch for them. But moving on to the women's basketball team, yesterday junior Megan Gustafson was named the Big Ten Co-Player of the Week. This makes it her 6th Player of the Week award this season.
That ties a single-season record for the Big Ten. Gustafson had been recognized by the conference every week this season. Currently, she's ranked in the top 10 in 9 of the nation's different categories, including double-doubles and field goals made.
Speaking of the women's basketball team, they've been off to a pretty good start this season.
Yeah, 15-3 overall, 3-2 in the Big Ten, coming off that loss to Purdue this weekend.
DITV's Natalie Acapelli caught up with the players and coaches after their game.
The Iowa women's basketball team took on Purdue this past Saturday as they continued their Big Ten competition, but sadly could not come up with a win against the Boilermakers, losing 76-70.
Well, our mentality all season has been next play, and that's what we're trying to focus on tonight, but it seemed like our focus wasn't always there on defense. Just a few lapses in communication, not being able to find keys on the court. Just a few things that we can fix, though.
The Hawkeyes were led by junior Megan Gustafson, who had a career high of 37 points, along with 14 rebounds. Gustafson is currently ranked top 10 in the nation in 9 different categories.
I thought our crowd was fabulous. They really got into it for us. But midway through the second quarter, Purdue, I thought, took control of the game, and our defensive intensity just wasn't what it needed to be.
With a season-high attendance of 7,400 in Carver, throughout the entire game, the Hawks had their fans standing on their feet. Purdue finished the game with a 9-0 run to get their first win in Iowa City since 2008 and gave the Hawkeyes their 3rd loss of the season.
It was a tough loss tonight, but I think that the most important thing is just to stay optimistic and stay positive. Even though our defense wasn't there tonight, doesn't mean it can't be there for the rest of the week going into these 2 road games. And so get back at it, practice tomorrow, and so just keeping that focus.
The Hawkeyes are currently 3-2 in conference play and 15-3 overall. Reporting for Iowa women's basketball from Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Natalie Acapelli with DITV Sports.
Gustafson and the Hawkeyes will hit the road for a 2-game stretch against Nebraska tonight and then Minnesota on Sunday.
Well, that's all we have for you in the sports studio today. Tune in tomorrow to find out how the women do tonight in their game against the Huskers.
And we'll have an inside look at the Iowa track and field team's upcoming season. Guys at the desk, back to you.